So Pfizer and BioNTech are providing another 500 million doses of their vaccine to the U.S. government, which it plans to donate. The cost from the description of the cost doesn't sound like the company is going to be making any money. What are your thoughts on the deal?
Yeah, so, they didn't mention a specific price tag in this announcement, but Pfizer and BioNTech did say that they're supplying these 500 million doses at a not-for-profit price. So the companies aren't planning to make any money off of it. So what's going on here is the United States government intends to donate these 500 million doses to roughly 100 lower middle income countries, including many in the African Union. And so this is a really good move from a humanitarian basis. The U.S. has largely, not totally, but largely turned the corner in the fight against COVID-19, and primarily due to the widespread availability of vaccines such as the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine. But it's a much different story in many developing nations, and so this is, I think not just a good humanitarian move, it's just the right thing to do for the U.S. here. Now, Pfizer and BioNTech aren't the only companies that have agreed to sell their vaccines in whole or in part at a not-for-profit price. AstraZeneca, ticker there's AZN, Johnson & Johnson, ticker there's J&J. They're already supplying doses of their COVID vaccines on a not-for-profit basis. But the big difference here is that the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine has a significantly higher efficacy than either of those two rivals. And Pfizer and BioNTech also have been able to crank up their production with a lot fewer issues than either AstraZeneca or Johnson & Johnson. So I think that's why the U.S. government went to Pfizer in this case, was because it's proven itself both on efficacy and just production capacity. I think it's a good PR move, if nothing else, for Pfizer and BioNTech. I mean, to help the world at a time of need is a good thing for a company to do. It improves their public image for sure. Now, the other thing is just more pragmatically speaking, the companies probably wouldn't have been able to sell their vaccine anywhere close to full price in most of these developing nations anyway. So I don't think they're necessarily foregoing a lot of profits that they might have been able to make if they weren't doing this. But there's one other thing to consider. Now, there was no official quid pro quo arrangement with the deal between the U.S. government and Pfizer-BioNTech, but I would suspect that the company's cooperation here just might make a difference when the U.S. government moves forward with purchasing vaccine doses for 2022 and beyond. And so it's certainly not going to hurt when the deal making commences for longer term contracts. I think Pfizer is going to be in a great position.
Yeah, I mean, they're not really giving up that much, as you said, and then they're potentially getting good PR from both the Americans and the rest of the nation, rest of the world, as well as just with the U.S. government.